The final day of the BC bike race, my retirement ride from XC Racing. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. I talk a lot in this video, and I do a wrap up at the end about my feelings on it, and I think it's a good test. It's a really good test. Good, fun stuff, and man, it's so funny because we pre-rode the course. I didn't talk about this in the video enough, but we pre-rode the course in that video a few videos ago, and I didn't recognize any of it because it was so wet. It wasn't really raining during that day while we were racing, but it was just wet everywhere. The lens is all messed up, and all of a sudden I'm going through this trail, and then I realized, wait, that was the one we pre-rode. I had no idea. Like it was totally unrecognizable, even though it's totally the same. When you watch the video back, you're like, oh yeah, it's totally the same, but your eyes are just so focused on the muddiness and the slick roots and stuff. And good day, good series. I hope you guys are digging it all the way through, and thanks for making it happen. It came together quite nicely, and now, how do I top this? I got to keep evolving, keep the content coming, and yeah, thanks so much. Let's go! We are up and at them for day 7. I've got my own little breakfast concoction here, eggs and a croissant. Paul's got his wrap going.
I'm just trying to shove it in.
Get it down. He's got his own coffee, his own favorite mug. Feeling a bit stiff in the morning from the crash yesterday, but not too bad. Let's get this down. Let's go race. Operation Fix Paul's Bike. Start now! We've got an hour and 20 to the start. So while Paul gets his bike fixed, I'm gonna put my grips on from my Ripmo because I don't have bar end plugs and it's just a disaster waiting to happen. The Ergon GA2 fat grips have been pretty good, but they are not good when you hit them against the trees. Okay, I got my new grips on. It's looking good. I've got my brake lever set up a lot more flat today. I think we're gonna get a little more gnarly. I hope we're gonna get a little more gnarly. And even though it's the last day, still 30 miles. It's still a lot to go. And the BMC agonist has been super solid all throughout. The only little problem I've had is the rear axle coming loose on me. So if we've got 2 aid stations today, I'm gonna tighten the axle at both aid stations and hopefully get this thing down in one piece. I think this might be the last time I ever ride this bike. It's been good to me. Headed to the start line for a nice little hurry up and wait.
3, 2, 1, go!
Always nervous at the start. $5K climb, pretty tough, and now we're on dirt. I was able to get away really good. Broke a few guys. Brake levers are up a little too high, I think. Massive air pocket, front and rear. Running my own race for now. Love it. Oh, I haven't seen a ribbon. Oh shit. Am I on the course? Fuck. There's a ribbon. God damn, that was way too long because there was a guy standing down below who might just be watching the race or something. But that was a psych out. I'm sure there was not a turnoff, but there was someone below me. There's also a thing called the BC Bike Ride, which is made by BC Bike Race, where you can just go and have a holiday and ride very similar trails and just have fun versus go bananas. I think it's, I don't know, I've got that, howdy, that killer instinct mentality where it's just, it's hard to turn it off. So it makes it a lot less fun when stuff goes wrong versus just being on a holiday. Finally got the chainsaw. I passed that guy a bunch of times, but it was never on. Very nice and cool through the trees here. I think it's gonna get hot today. This is just like world-class climbing, world-class descending every day. I really have no desire to do any other stage race after this. There's nothing that could be as good. Leave of absence. The guy who built this trail is a Mountie, and he took a leave of absence to build it. Trying to stay off the brakes, but I know there's a little bit of grip. Nice line. Oh, it's left, Probably goes right too, like everything else. Fuck, that was a drop. Okay, thanks, man. Yep. How hard? Drop?
It's rollable.
Okay.
Hard line right.
Nice. I've fallen off this bridge before. I'm sure 1,000 of you have commented by now that I should have just Loctited the through axle, but that just feels so wrong. This is getting real tough on the legs. Feeling depleted with 30 kilometers to go. Okay, we just hit some kind of green trail here, and it looks like we're at the top. I had one guy closing in on the climb, but I can't smell him. And we definitely all smell by now. Like to take a sample of everyone's seat, see what's cooking, what kind of new species are being grown on the saddles of the BC Bike Race. Cool. I have totally forgotten about my side when I fell on my side yesterday and how much it hurt and feeling stiff this morning, but I haven't even thought about it once. I turned around just now to look back and my pack kind of rubbed on the cut, and it's like, that's the first time I thought about it. That's good. Ooh, aid station number 1.
Thank you, guys.
This shade and cool air really, really, really is awesome right now. I forgot to tighten the axle in the rear. Damn it. Pretty surprised after 7 days. I'm not too beat up besides the crash. My hands are fine. Like all the rubbing points on my butt are fine. Right now there's a little bit of pressure on the saddle in the middle, which sucks, but it's taken this long to develop. If you're curious if you could do this race, just go ride 30 miles 7 days in a row and you'll have your answer. All right, let's check this. Tight, okay. People coming. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I like that song. You son of a bitch. If you could only see the way she loves me, maybe. Oh, oh. Over the greasy bridges, over it. I believe this is the recycle trail. And then we're gonna hit world famous Half Nelson. Yeah, this might be Half Nelson for all I know. Maybe the sign that said recycle is just a public service announcement. Oh yeah, that was Half Nelson. 20K to go before my retirement from XC racing. It was a good run. BKXC stands for Brian Kennedy across the countries. Glad I could find XC to stand for something other than cross country, because this is too tough. Okay, some kind of downhill section. This might be Sudasuga, not sure. Seem to be missing all the trail signs. They're kind of small. Whoa. On Strava, I've been about 100th fastest on the day on the downhill sections. That's pretty good, but you gotta figure there's probably 20 or 30 of the top people who aren't even doing Strava. So I feel really good about my descending and my techie climbing. Not so much about the lungs. Definitely not breathing at all, just it's like so kind of slow. I can just meander my way down and not worry about blowing the corners. Cool. Oh, we might be at aid station number 2. Yeah, sweet. Good place to stop. All right, just got some shot blocks, a new fresh bottle of Noon, and I don't know what else to say. 15 kilometers to go. Switched my battery as well. So we should be good for the finish. Paul just passed me and he's having such a nice time rubbing it in. Oh, fuck. Everyone sleeps on these. I'm gonna need a descent though. Thanks, man. Probably blew it up too early, but it was fun while it lasted. Really was a good place to attack. Everyone's tired from the climb and just like, okay, it's gonna be single track, getting lazy when you can really push through this stuff. Black Diamond. Regroup. Good. That was tough. Every rock and root coming to get you. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a slow train down.
There's a rider down.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Stay well, buddy. Oh. Man, couldn't have planned that any better. Didn't know what was coming, but it worked in my favor. Woo! Woo! Holy fuck. Rider back. That was dicey. Black trails in BC are no joke. Thanks, man. Hopefully this is the right way. It was way sunny right there. Couldn't see anything. Okay, I see a flag. We're good. 3 hours even, 38 kilometers in, 11 to go. Probably some pretty good riding up ahead. So I just realized that last trail was Powerhouse Plunge. It was a little different in the wet. Now we're on Hoods in the Woods. I hope you guys on Patreon are enjoying the extended cuts with all the everything I managed to record. I heard people really like watching the extended cuts on the trainer. I love hearing that. Trainer can be such a monotonous beast. Whoa. All right, survived that. There's a few more janky bits and pieces. Ooh, like that. Oh my. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Big shout out to BC Bike Race for inviting me to come ride and let me talk about the great, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just be me. Same thing with BMC. They sponsored this. They made it possible to get me on an XC bike. Oh, what a day, baby. Oh, sorry, maybe not for you guys. You don't want to rub it in. Mount Garibaldi, I believe. If not, whatever it is, it's beautiful. They should have a scale on the first day before the start, and then right at the end at the finish line. I started at an all-time high of 159 pounds and seeing myself in the mirror this morning, looking like I lost it all. Oh, somebody's day is gonna come to an end right there. That'll be a damn shame. You all good? Yeah. Okay. I have to say the flagging of today has been the poorest of all the days. There's a lot going on. Like, don't see a flag right now, but I see people. So we just trust it. No cramps yet. Legs are hurting. Huss, huss, huss. Rock climbers. Yahoo!
Around the bend from the U.S., Brian Kennedy.
Congratulations, man. Thank you.
Good work.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Good one.
All right, we have finished, and it's time for a little hamburger and woot beer, a Canadian tradition, A&W, because we weren't feeling the curry from the food truck.
No, it's also, how hot is it? 25 degrees. What's that in Freedom?
Like 1,000,000 degrees.
1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. They had the Beyond Burger, like the meatless burger, and that's what Paul's choice. So it's pretty good.
It is. It's
Passable.
It's not bad. It's really tasty actually.
Oh, good.
But the only downer is that they do cook it on the same grill as the beef.
Oh, yeah.
Why some non-meat.
Mixy, yeah.
Right now, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, we're diving in. Okay, all showered up, and now we're back at the place, and I'm gonna go look for my luggage. Look at all these Ebot bags. I think this is the final podium. It's the final party. Boom, baby! All right, I think it's time for a little bit of reflection. Now that everything is done, I've made my way over to Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, where I'm gonna rest and edit these videos and catch up on everything that has been neglected for the past 8, 9, 10 days, getting prepped and driving and doing everything else, racing. It was a good time. I think I need to have some kind of final words on what I thought about the BC Bike Race, even though during the race, I kind of talk about what I like, what I don't like. If you've watched all the videos, you've already heard it. But I think one thing people will want to know is like, oh, would you do it again? And that's such a good question, because I don't see myself doing it again, because the one reason I would do it is to compete with myself and to be like, okay, I want to do better than 200th, whatever I got, you know, get up to top 50 or something like that, and actually put in the time and do the training. It's like, it's just not going to happen. I just, I want to go travel. I want to go experience stuff. I don't want to sit on the trainer. it's also that you could just go spend a week having fun mountain biking versus a week like killer instinct mountain biking. And I think different people get different things, but for me, if it's a race, it's killer instinct. I want to do good. I want to pass people. I don't want to get held up. I want to give it my all. And I think that's what I did this week. But I think as you get better and better and better, and you rise up the ranks and you're competing against other people that are going to be even harder to pass and not want to let you pass and just competing harder, that it takes all the fun out of it. And I still had a ton of fun, but only because the past couple days I was able to find my space and I wasn't just, caught with a bunch of people, and I was able to get air pockets. And I think that was the saving grace for me to be able to enjoy everything and just really take it in and experience it. So yeah, there are plenty of people who ride this race as a ride and have fun and punish themselves by doing 7 days. But for me, the racing thing, it's an itch that I really want to scratch, but I don't see it being a stage race. I just don't see any other stage race being as good as this one. There's no way that you could go do any of these. There's tons of stage races all over the world, and you just can't convince me. I would love for you to try to convince me that the quality and quantity of single track is as good as this. This is the top. This has to be the best in the world. There's no doubt about it. And even this one had a decent amount of fire road in it. And but I've done the best. It's the pinnacle. It's the bucket list. I've done it now. And if I really, really wanted to pursue the XC thing, this is where I would want to be. And this is what I would want to do every year and compete. But I don't. I'd much rather go compete in some enduro races and hone that side of my skills, which is still going to be a lot of cardio work. It's still going to take a lot to develop that and get better. But for me, I think the XC thing, although my channel name is BKXC, I think it's dead and gone. I think I'm over it. I think I did it good, and I did have a blast, but I just don't see myself doing it again. All right, I've been delaying this enough. I've got days, if not weeks, of editing ahead of me. So I'm gonna get to it. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.